Thank you for joining us on BurroTV. I'm Charity Fur.
I'm Ty Carney, and today we will be taking a closer look inside of the walls and hallways of Hillsboro High School.
Let's start with the coffee shop. Christian Phillips has more.
I'm here today reporting at the Burro Brew, created by the students and faculty to help their daily lives here at Hillsboro. Burro Brew is a major part of student life here at Hillsboro, not only the Business Academy. We had the opportunity to sit down with Valerie Thornton, the Burro Brew advisor, and she explained to us the cafe's purpose.
It teaches interpersonal skills, management skills, entrepreneurship, as well as job readiness. The idea behind it is basically a learning lab for students. A lot of our students in Metro Public Schools don't have the ability to go off campus and do job shadows on a regular basis or do work study. So we created the lab in school so students could have that same opportunity of gaining work experience.
The teacher isn't the only person feeling fulfillment with the brew, so are the students.
Well, I really enjoy working in the Burro Brew. I am the assistant manager and the public relations person for the Burro Brew. The way that it has benefited me has shown me things about myself that I didn't know, like selling, talking to people, getting out of that shy mode. So if anybody wants to do business or selling or anything like that, they should come to the Burro Brew because you have a hands-on experience.
Whenever I first started working at the Brew, I was nervous, but now I like it because it helps me get out of my shell a little bit more, and it helps just basically my social skills and
These students have all been positively affected by working at the Burro Brew. The whole student body seems to enjoy it because the cafe seems to be doing great keeping the students coming in and purchasing all sorts of necessities. If you ever get a chance, be sure to stop by.
Here at Hillsboro, we have a very diverse student population. Hillsboro is the public school in Nashville for the deaf students. Our very own Jonna King talks to a deaf student athlete and asks him what it's like to play sports with hearing students.
Basketball has been an increasingly popular sport among deaf athletes around the world. The deaf have long been competing in sports, though they usually compete against other deaf athletes. Here at Hillsboro, that's not the case. Senior Marquise Hamilton is a deaf student athlete that plays on our varsity basketball team. We caught up with him and he explained to us some of the challenges of playing with his hearing teammates.
Communicate what I saw, I just match the meaning of the game, like when we play, some of them understand, just like ABCs, or some just a few signs,
Despite what you believe, there are actually some deaf basketball players and their hearing teammates and coaches who are very good at the sport and can effectively communicate with their team while on the court and off the court.
I was little, George's brother, and we had a competition. So I just copied what he did. So I grew up and I had an interest in playing basketball.
Some difficulties that the deaf athletes may face are communication barriers with their teammates and coaches when calling out plays, stopping the game, or calling for the ball. Marquise told us about some of the challenges he faces.
Most challenging, I don't know, just being able to do it.
For deaf children growing up playing sports, there are some obstacles and challenges to overcome, but there have been great strides made to give them great opportunities to compete and strategies that help them to not only compete but excel.
Music is something that everyone loves. Some student musicians tell us how they plan to use their talents and what role it will play in their future. Isaac Swain has more.
Musicians in School, a self-started extracurricular activity. Several students at Hillsboro High School individually produce and record their own music and even include it in their schoolwork.
Like for IB, we could do different mediums for a project, and it could be like a video, a skit, or a song. And then I was going to do a skit, but then it was like at the last minute, and so I just said, I'll make a song, and I did. It was a catchy song about how to write catchy songs.
It's not limited to last-minute projects either. Some students regularly use songs to get their grade.
I once combined music and schoolwork in this one instance where I had an English project where I was supposed to create this town or whatever, and it was called Sunshine Island, a land of anarchy and hatred. and I created a song which was the theme song for this called the Sunshine Island National Anthem, and I recorded it and sang it in class.
Of course, guitars aren't just picked up and suddenly school bands made. What are these students' backgrounds?
I don't know, it's like I've grown up around music, like my parents were in the music industry, and my mom plays guitar, and a lot of my friends play guitar, and I like music and guitar, so I play guitar to make music that I like.
And what of the proud teachers of these students?
Not only is it really kind of enjoyable hobby, but it's also something that's really kind of helps your mind develop. So students who kind of take it seriously and learn how to play music or even record and produce it, I think that's a really worthwhile thing to practice.
As it goes, some of these students have bigger plans for their music. Some wish to make a life of it.
I've already imagined a few careers with music, such as being a music teacher. I've always wanted to be some sort of teacher, so being a music teacher would just combine those two and just... And I thought composing for movies too would be nice.
Wasn't that nice? Good futures are in store for these kids.
Burrow Time started at the beginning of this school year. It is a 30-minute activity period for students to do various activities. Jonna King takes a closer look.
Burrow Time officially came into existence this year thanks to Miss Amanda DeVoley and Miss Layton Lancaster, teachers at Hillsboro High School.
I love Burrow Time. So Burrow Time is an opportunity for student groups to come together and interact with kids who they may or may not get to meet without Burrow Time.
Burrow Time clubs at Hillsboro High School include academic clubs, art clubs, athletic clubs, outdoor clubs, and special interest clubs.
So Burrow Time provides an opportunity during the school day for these groups to take care of business.
Hillsboro created Burrow Time as a short break period for the students to enjoy 30 minutes of structured activity participating in a club that they're interested in.
It's also an opportunity for them to take time in the school day to participate in something that they really, truly are interested in. And it also helps groups like Student Government or DECA or HOSA or Student Television Network or Youth in Government to meet. Those meetings traditionally would happen after school, but it's really difficult for students to commit to staying after school for meetings.
Burrow Time is held every Wednesday after first block for a short time of 30 minutes.
I'm a theater club, and the people that are in it love to participate in acting, love to learn more about the production side of theater. It's something that they really are into.
The total number of Burrow Time clubs at Hillsboro High School is a total of 41 clubs.
Throughout Hillsboro, there was a number of posters promoting a Hillsboro production of 1984. Eloise Wood talks to the teacher and some students behind some of the posters.
You've probably seen a number of these red signs throughout the school advertising the Hillsboro Players production of 1984. You've probably also seen a number of handmade posters sporting slogans such as "War is Peace," "Freedom is Slavery," and "Big Brother is watching you." If you aren't familiar with George Orwell's dystopian novel 1984 and haven't seen the play yet, you're probably pretty confused. These posters were some of many different types of propaganda created by Miss Carter's IB English Language and Literature students. I spoke with Miss Carter to get some clarity and background about these projects and how they connect to 1984.
In the novel 1984, our main character, Winston, is living in a dystopian time where everything everyone does is always being watched, and there's just pervasive propaganda from the people in charge called the Party, led by this mysterious figure called Big Brother. And there's very serious consequences for defying the Party in ways such as thinking too much. They have thought police that will monitor everyone's even facial expressions and listen in on them while they talk in their sleep. So for the final project for reading the novel, the students were asked to create their own piece of propaganda, imagining that we were in the world of 1984.
Ms. Carter also explained that the impeccable timing of the publicity projects to coincide with the theater department's production of the play is not entirely coincidence.
At the start of the school year, Miss Moon was going around to all the English teachers saying, "Is anyone teaching 1984? And I said, "Me." And I knew that it was going to be a great opportunity for us to collaborate.
While most students chose to create a poster, many went far beyond visual propaganda. One student wrote and recorded 2 songs. Another made an announcement over the intercom, and some even created videos. I spoke with Jensen Lyons-Sabatos, the IB student who chose the intercom announcement as her propaganda medium.
I did a public service announcement on thought criminals. I wrote a poster up and it sort of explained what a thought criminal was, sort of gave an example of how you can not be a thought criminal. A thought criminal is basically someone who thinks unnice thoughts towards Big Brother.
Isaac Elkins, another of Miss Carter's students, also chose to take an interesting approach to the project.
So I knew that the party did propaganda. So I thought, what if Brotherhood members also tried to secretly connect with other Brotherhood members? And so I went and ran around and just tagged all the restrooms with Down with Big Brother.
Certain slogans and ideas from the book 1984 correspond to the real-life communist propaganda that filled the media around World War II, when Stalin's totalitarian regime sent the capitalist world into panic. Orwell wrote the novel in 1948, when fears of communist takeover were still fresh in the minds of everyone. Sayings such as 2 + 2 = 5 arose during World War II. Many of the ideas and sentiments of Westerners during the World War II period and the decades that followed are reflected in the novel.
Each year, the nation rallies behind high school student athletes as they decide where they will take their talents. This year, more than 600 signing day events took place, and one of those were held here at Hillsboro. The Big Day is an initiative from First Lady Michelle Obama, showcasing seniors who are furthering their education.
The first thing I would have to say is the faculty and staff, and then also our campus. It's an absolutely beautiful campus. Another great thing is that while we are still a public institution, we are very highly ranked in a challenging school. So employers across the nation know what an academic powerhouse the University of Alabama is.
What college are you representing?
The University of South Alabama. We're down in Mobile. We own and operate 2 hospitals. So if you want to study anything medical, we're definitely strong in those areas. So everything from medicine, pharmacy, physical therapy, anything like that. The finances of it all was pretty scary. College is pretty expensive. So I would definitely recommend looking into scholarships and cost of attendance before you commit to anywhere.
What's up, guys? I'm with MTSU. Probably some of the biggest challenges that you're going to face as an incoming freshman is just, making sure that you go to class. It's really hard when mom's not there anymore, pulling that cover off you and telling you to get up in the morning to just go. So I just encourage you, wherever you end up going, just make sure that you go to class, stay involved, do all the things that you need to do in order to be a good student.
I felt that went really well. A lot of things we did were new to Hillsboro, and I think we got a really good response from the college fair to the senior workshop for financial aid to the college signing day. I thought it was awesome.
And also the First Lady, Michelle Obama, had the initiative, the Reach Higher initiative. The U.S. Department of Post-Secondary Education also had an initiative, so it was kind of like a double-edged sword and double rewarded because the kids got the chance to celebrate, and we also got that exposure saying, hey, look at our kids at Hillsboro, look what we're doing. And it wasn't just, just for Hillsboro, it was known on the national stage as well. So it was good. I think it's important that they, make that recognition known to everyone that, hey, I'm going here and I'm proud of it.
It's personally rewarding to us as counselors to get to see our students.
All the kids are here, but from all our different academies, having teachers there, it was fun and it was rewarding.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
We look forward to seeing you soon.